morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a marvelous feeling that everything on this last Sunday in June is going your way. Welcome to the Voice of Hope Connection. I'm your host, D. Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International, and I am so glad that you chose to join us, that you know the spill. Before we get started, I want you to put a copy of this link in your contacts. Listen, I got you. I'm riding with you. There is a word this morning. I want to thank V for giving a word on last week. She's always a breath of fresh air, a breath of inspiration. I want to say thank you, V, for ministering to our spirits and giving us the encouragement to understand, because we know who we are. We can make it. I want you to go to the website if you want to know more about us. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to hear from you. voiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com is our email, and our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. You can also follow me on social media. That's IG and X, DJ Change 111, DJ Change 111. And if you want to subscribe from and be a part of our lit Patreon, a link is in my IG, how you can join so much. As a matter of fact, I may play a clip of just some of what we do in our Patreon on this coming Friday. Every Friday at 6 p.m. is the live drop of the Voice Over Now podcast. I think it's time for, I haven't played any of our spiritual classes yet, so I may do that. I don't know. You know me, no matter whatever, so much the Diddy trial verdict could be. There's so much going on. I don't know. That's why you got to tune in. I could say something now, and by Friday, a whole nother world has been created, and I'm going to talk about it. All right. So like, share, subscribe, follow. I want you to press the like, press the subscribe, press the share. I want you to share this, push this up in the algorithms. Shout out to April J., owner and operator of WPB Media Networks. Thank you for giving us a voice on your network. I am so excited as we're moving into the summer. Graduates, Mother's Day is past us. Father's Day is past us. Graduates Day is past us. What's coming up? 4th of July. See, I told you something may happen that I may want to commentate on Friday. That's right, 4th of July. Yeah, Independence Day. Yeah, right. Anyway, I want you to, did you share this morning before you go out? Did you call somebody up and say that there is a word that I believe is going to be given to encourage you through the week? You know what we always say? We cannot predict what's going to happen this week, but one thing we know for sure is that there is a word to get us through. A lot of us, we believe God, okay? A lot of you going into the week, and you like me, we're going to have to trust God to help us through unforeseen circumstances. No matter how much you plan your life, no matter how much you sit down with pen and paper, no matter how much you have a vision board, something always occurs that you did not expect. That's where trusting God by faith comes in. Now, a lot of you say, I hear what you say, D. Foster III. I've trusted God, and I still was left in a shamble. No. Faith, and God does not leave you hanging. Let me tell you and help you this week what may have been the problem. See, a lot of times, and I'm guilty, I'm a number one guilty of this, so I put my hand up as a witness. You can include me in this too. A lot of times we trust God for something, we believe God for something, but here it is. We block what God is doing by trying to figure out or being tied to the outcome. Now you say, D. Foster III, what do you mean when you say being tied to the outcome? That I'm trusting God for whatever they say. I'm trusting God for a job, right? And I'm believing God is going to use this method to bring the job, or it's going to be this job. I'm tied to the outcome. I'm tied to how I think God is going to do it. But Ecclesiastes says that he that observeth the wind, the changing times, the environment, the atmosphere around them, shall not sow. He that observeth the wind shall not reap. In other words, he that says when things are right, or when the timing is right, or when I can figure it out, that's when I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And the Bible calls that observing the wind. And let me tell you something, nothing cancels faith like us trying to observe the wind, or in this case, being tied to the outcome. Listen. Go back, there was a song years and years and years and years ago. Everybody was singing it, whether you was religious, traditional, or not. Jesus can work it out. Why are you trying to figure it out? He's already worked it out. And that's apropos for what I want to talk to you today. Our job starts and ends at trusting God. I put my intent out there. I put my desire out there. And by faith, I believe it's already happened. Now, that's where you're going about your business. That's where you're going to work. That's where you go with your family. That's where you look at TV. You stop it right there. Then spirit's job is to, y'all follow me, like, share, subscribe. Somebody need this because you blocking your blessing. It ain't the devil. It's not the enemy. You're canceling out what God is trying to bring to you because you're tied to the outcome. You're tied to how God is going to do it. You're tied to how God is going to use you. Oh God, I need $1,000. And all in your mind, you think God is going to use the last person that gave you $1,000. You think God is going to use your mama or your daddy or a relative or an auntie to give you $1,000. God got some strangers out there who are millionaires who may want to give you $1,000. But the stranger can't come on. It's Sunday somewhere. The stranger can't get into your life because you're blocking the blessing because you're tied to how God is used to moving. Can I tell you something this week? It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a grand week. God's going to open up doors for you. You're going to walk through new portals when you release the way you're used of seeing it happen and open your heart to God. Hey, can I take you back to church again? I think I will, because this is what you relate to, so I can go there. He says, any way you bless me, by any means, any source, I'm not tied to the source. One time God used a raven to feed the prophet. The next time God used a widow woman to feed the prophet. The next time God sent the angel to feed the prophet. That's why I say, any way you bless D. Foster 3, I ain't picking, I ain't choosing. Long as my blessing comes. If it drop down in an air balloon, I got my blessing. If it fly over in a plane, I got, hey, listen, if I ask, bring it, I got my blessing. Anyway, so I'm not tied to the outcome. I'm tied to the intention. So I just want to tell you this week, as you believe in God to get you through situations and to open doors, if you lose the outcome, if you lose how you think God is going to do it, if you lose who you think God is going to use and say, God, any way you do it, I'm standing right here. How you going to do it is not my business. Who you going to use to do it ain't my business. When you going to do it ain't my business. My business starts and stops with putting my direct intention into the atmosphere, speaking it out of my mouth, decreeing it with my words, and then I sit back with a heart of thanksgiving and say, thank you, God. I believe I received it. Now, after that, I'm going on about my business. I'm going to the movies. I'm going to play golf. I'm going fishing. I'm going to the mall. I'm watching TV while God is out working it out. God, matter of fact, not working it out, already worked it out. I just got to get out of God's way of trying to figure out what God, can I tell you something this week? Stay out of God's business. That's the best advice you're going to get all week. Stay out of God's business so God can bless your business. Hey, this is D. Foster 3, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International. I want you to like this. I want you to subscribe. I want you to share. I want you to follow. So many people are tied to the outcome that they block their current blessings. God got unimaginable new ways, new doors, new people, new ventures, new portals, new openings that you don't know nothing about. Just step back. Woo! Y'all, why am I like that this morning? Because I sense this. and let God. That don't mean don't have any activity. That don't mean you sit by docile. That means you put it out there. You are deliberate. It's thought out. You got your faith on the line. And then guess what? You go into the house and watch God work. Yeah, that's it. Watch God work. Me and God, we in partnership. I do my part, God does his part, and the whole thing come together. And otherwise, if you don't work it like that, it's going to fall apart. Until Friday on the Voice of Hope, of the Voice Over Now podcast, I'm your host, D. Foster 3, reminding you, you got hope, you got hope, you got hope. Stay connected to it.